tonight. A little something to whet your appetite, and it's gonna make you feel alright. Sweet Gravy and Carmen Kirk, check them out as they go to work. Congratulations on your new podcast. Now open up a can of whoop ass and blast, blast, blast. This is Angelo, and I hope you like this show. Wow. Yeah.
Ooh, Carmen, welcome back to another episode of Sweet Gravy. This feels weird here. I feel weird right now here.
Why?
Because we had Gilbert on last week.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you, Gilbert. That was a fun time.
Mm-hmm.
We enjoyed having you. And we hadn't had a guest person in a long time. I think Johnny was our last one before Gilbert.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Johnny. And we have to reorganize the whole house before we do that.
Yeah.
When we have a guest, we got to move this whole setup. That's another part of our room.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, it's manageable.
Yeah, it is.
And now that we're back in this spot, and I actually forgot how long it takes to do all those things.
Yeah, to get everything set up over there.
To put it over there and put it over here and and all that stuff.
I mean, it don't take that long. It's just a project a little bit.
Yeah, and what did I went to go see? Did I go see a movie before he came? I can't remember. I was waiting for you because you were actually late getting here.
No, but you didn't see a movie that day. Maybe it was the next day or something.
Maybe it was the next day. No, last week I went to the movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did I did something the day before? I can't remember. It was too many weeks ago now.
Yeah, time flies past so quickly.
This year it's already almost half over. I can't believe it.
Well, I am I don't know, man. Today I walked out of the job and there was this large bumblebee just sitting on the ground because it got a little too cold and he died, and I was happy about that.
That's not.
I don't like bugs. And so whenever we get a little bit of cold weather and you see them start dropping a little bit, it's like, yes, even though tomorrow is going to be warm and then and be right back out there. But I enjoy the colder weather just because I don't want to be cold all year round.
Right.
But a little break from the bugs is good.
Today was a perfect day. I went for a drive. Years ago, we talk about the exercise bike.
Yep.
And how you wanted it out of here.
Yeah.
Because whenever we got the exercise bike, we didn't have very much furniture. Did we still have the futon back then?
No, we had the couch.
Did we have the couch?
Yep.
But we didn't have this table.
Right. It would have been silly if we bought a exercise bike before a fucking couch.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know.
Priorities, people.
Well, it's not so much priorities as it's like, well, we already have something to sit on.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like you are a person who likes stuff. You like stuff, and I don't care about stuff like that.
What do you mean? You wanted the bike.
I didn't care for it. You brought it up. It wasn't like I just woke up one morning and said, let's get an exercise bike.
You said you're like, it was 2020, and you're like, man, I gotta start working out. And I said, well, we can get this exercise bike. And you said, oh, that'd be great. And so then we got it.
But I didn't care to get
it. And then it was a book holder.
Right.
Yeah, it was a bookshelf for a long time. A laptop storage.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we put everything on that chair.
You did.
Yeah.
None of my stuff was on the thing.
Well, I need somewhere to put my stuff, Kirk.
So today, I got out and about. I got rid of the exercise bike, and then you came home, and then it was in your muscle memory to put stuff on it, and then you go to look at where it used to go, and you're like, oh no, it's not there anymore.
Can't put my stuff now.
I can't
Now
put
I'm
your
gonna have
stuff
to
on
put
there.
it on top of your unicycle seat.
That's not gonna work. Yeah.
Yeah, I might have to, Kirk.
But today it's warming up. It was a beautiful day. Had the windows down, just cruising around.
Mm-hmm.
It was nice. Everybody else had their windows up, but I
Yeah.
rolled mine down,
Mm-hmm.
and I found some cheap gas.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, you got to be careful going around places. And then I think that the 7-Eleven across the street was the cheapest gas around.
Was it?
Yeah. I
So
should've
you
just
went
got-
places for gas and then came home and then it was cheaper?
right.
Jesus, Kirk.
It's not my fault.
I know. You just assumed that their gas was going to be higher.
Right.
So, yeah.
It's typically pretty expensive around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
But some places were charging $4.45. They're $4.25 right there.
Yeah.
I think I ended up paying $4.29.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, gas is expensive right now, but I tell everybody, I'm like, it's going to come back around eventually. Like, that's just how it works. It'll come back down. I don't think it'll stay this high for too much longer.
Right.
Even if it's another year, eventually it will come back down. It evens
Sooner
out.
or later. Yeah.
Yeah, it evens out. Just like the girl at my job was talking about the housing market and like, oh my God, it's so crazy right now. And then like Latrice, I forgot who else I was talking to, and they're talking about, oh, it's my friend Christina, because their parents got some settlement or something and they're trying to buy a new house, and she's helping her mother look for the new house.
Right.
And she said that they keep getting outbid by people, and she's like, even though like I'm bidding more money than what it should be, somebody else who wants it will just drop an extra $5,000. And then she's like, it's not that we can't spend the extra $5,000, but we're trying to find it in this price range. But
Right.
once we like put the bid out there, anybody else who wants it will just say, I'll take it for $5,000 more. And then they just take it. And she's
Right.
like, I don't know how to compete with that.
Well, you have to give 5,000 more over the 5,000.
That's what
That's
she's
the
like, damn,
competition.
I got to pay $10,000 more for the same.
Yes.
She doesn't know. She's like, because in Detroit, especially, like, about 7 years ago, they were begging people to buy houses.
They were giving them away.
They were giving them away. And
Right.
now the housing market has switched up, and now they're at the same thing. Now they're like, oh, you can't get a house. You don't have enough money.
Right.
And you would have gave her that same house for way cheaper 7 years ago. So it's just, and I told her the same thing. I'm like, it's frustrating because you're trying to get them moved as soon as possible.
Right.
But you might have to just wait a little bit until the market shifts some until you get it. Like, they've been there for 30 goddamn years. They'll be all right for another couple of years.
I was actually, last night, I was talking to a friend of mine, a realtor, and he said he wouldn't buy anything right now.
Yeah.
He'd be like, he's just better off just, renting.
Yeah, but what ended up happening is you start spending on that money
Yeah.
little bit by little bit.
Yeah.
You're
You're like, maybe I'll splurge right here.
I do this right here. And
Get
then,
a little
then
bit
you
of-
go to buy a house and you ain't got no damn money.
You're like, damn,
Damn.
why'd I get that exercise bike? You know?
You know, I spend a little money. I get this little car. That's fine. Like, whatever. And then, yeah. So, I get it. I get the situation. But she's just out of her league. She ain't going to get that house. You're going to have to go to Detroit and buy a little ghetto house.
Right.
You get those all day. You pay $2,000 to fix it up.
Right.
You just got to fix it up before somebody take everything out of it. You got to fix it up and start living in it before somebody rob the house and squat in it.
Right.
So that's the only thing. So I don't know. I guess you could just pay like a kid from the neighborhood. Like, hey, you want to just live in this house? Like a 16, 17-year-old kid. You want to just live in this house? I'll let you just stay here for free while I fix it up.
Well, you don't want that to happen.
Anything. You got to find some solution.
Uh-huh.
'Cause you can't just leave it vacant.
Right.
Like, when people know houses are getting worked on, they're watching you. Like, you're working on your house and they're waiting on you to leave. And they go in and they get all the supplies you just brought in the door. And, like, there's no way to hide it. People are riding down the street and they're like, checkmate, checkmate. Everyone's doing it. And as soon as you walk out that door, you might as well just go around the corner for 5 minutes and come back because they're going to be in it. So you can get your stuff back.
Right.
So it kind of sucks, but
Oh, well.
oh well. I mean, I feel like once we get to that point, and however many years from now, whenever we get to that point where we're getting a house, maybe the market will have shifted a little tiny bit.
Maybe.
and let us in,
Mm-hmm.
or we might have to just buy a van.
Just live in a van.
Yeah.
Those vans are expensive.
Oh man, a van's expensive too.
Yeah. I saw one guy. He was selling a van that he all customized,
Mm-hmm.
and he was wanting like $100,000 for it. It's got like a solar panel.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's got a dry toilet in it. It's got
Mhm.
everything you need. You know, it's got a propane tank. You know, it's a home in a van.
Right.
Yeah, you'll be satisfied in there. You know, got a little freezer, the refrigerator, the whole thing. They got it all.
Right.
$100,000
It's a lot of
for
money.
your van.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But it had a lot of custom woodwork and stuff.
I know,
It
but
looked
then what
nice.
if you got a van house and then the van break down? Now your house just stuck.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
you gotta get it fixed.
Your house just stuck on the freeway?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hell no.
Hey, at least I'll be warm tonight.
I guess, but
You know?
damn, that's still crazy.
Home is where you park it.
Oh my God. I've been broke down on the freeway a couple times, and it's so scary that somebody's going to run you over while you're on the side of the road.
Really?
Yeah.
Doing what?
Just sitting there waiting on somebody to come help you.
You think they're just gonna hit the back of your car on the highway?
Something, I don't know, man. Them cars be going too fast. It's like, I mean,
Yeah.
it's happened before a bunch of times.
Huh.
Did you hear that story about that lady who, she's in jail now? It was not a lady. She's like an 18-year-old kid.
Uh-huh.
And this story came out probably maybe a month ago, but the cop pulled her over for speeding. And she already had been drinking and driving, but not enough for the cop to detect it.
Mm-hmm.
But they pulled her over for speeding.
Right.
In the middle of why they pulled her over for speeding, he saw somebody on the side of the road that needed help or something like that. Either their car had broke down or they were signaling for help. So he's just like, he let her go and just like, let me go up there and help them. That seems more important than like a speeding ticket I'm trying to get his girl. Well, she pulls around and then punches it again. Now he went a little further up the road to help the other people. She pulls around, punches it again, starts speeding, then killed him and his partner. Killed both the damn cops. Ran them over.
Really?
Yeah.
That's sad.
It is sad. He pulled her over. He should have get a picture. But I mean, maybe if they would have had her do a sobriety test and they would have arrested her and that wouldn't have happened. But they gave her a pass because they thought that these people needed more help. So it's like, let's go help them. And then she then pulled around and then killed both of them.
Mm-hmm.
So she ain't ever getting out of jail. She was like 18. And then when they looked at her social media posts talk about how fun it is to drink and drive and like all that stuff. And like she already got in trouble multiple times for it. And like she celebrated it. She thought it was funny. I mean, not now, girl. You in jail for the rest of your life
Yeah.
over a stupid mistake. So yeah, it does happen on the side of the road. People will run into you. Like,
Okay. Pretty well. I've never been broken down on the side of the road.
no, I haven't that bad. Like my Jimmy, sometimes it would do things. Oh no, you know what? Me and my friend King, his gas gauge was messed up, and then he ran out of gas on the side of the road. But he had a gas truck, so then it's like 3 a.m. He climbs up them because you know Detroit freeways go down, so they're like underneath the houses and everything.
Okay.
So he goes up, he runs up the grass with a gas tank. He had to walk like 2 miles and get gas and come back and put it in the truck for it to work. I was like, this sucks. And I'm just sitting on the side of the road with cars just zooming by, like, I'm like, oh my God. It's like, I probably should get out this car and like stand up there too or something. I don't know. At that point, I should have just called a ride and left his truck on the side of the road. Like, sorry, dude, but I'm not comfortable with this. But we finally got the gas. Like, I don't know. It's stupid. But yeah, I've been broke down on the side before.
Interesting. Yeah.
I tell you, I've never gotten an oil change ever for any of my cars.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
You think so?
It's so wasteful.
Well, nobody tells you that stuff.
Yes, they do.
Who does?
Well, I took driver's ed.
Don't tell you that in driver's ed.
Yes, they do.
I don't remember it.
Okay.
I don't remember learning that in driver's ed.
Were you sleeping?
No.
Uh-huh.
So I should have never got my license in the first place. I failed driver's ed. I cried, and then I passed. And then I failed a driver's test. I cried then, and then they passed me.
Right.
So I never actually earned my license.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I I shouldn't have gotten mine either. I passed both. I passed my tests the first time, but I feel like I ran a stop sign on my test, and they gave it to me anyway. And
Yeah, but you just ran one stop sign?
yeah, I know, but that's like an automatic fail.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Says who?
It says the rubric.
I don't think it is.
Yeah,
That's just one
because-
offense.
It's a big one though. Like
Why
it's
you run the stop sign?
The thing is, like, one of the things is if you do something on the sheet, if you do something that would be a ticket, they don't pass you.
Right.
Right. And running a stop sign is a ticket worthy offense.
Right.
So they wouldn't have passed me. But they did anyway.
Maybe they don't feel like
And
it
I
is.
didn't parallel park.
Why didn't you parallel park?
I just couldn't do it.
You tried?
I tried. Couldn't do it that time.
What car was you driving again?
Maybe it was a Dodge Neon.
Parallel parking is difficult.
Maybe a Pontiac Vibe. I'm not sure.
That part of the test, I'm okay with failing
Mm-hmm.
because I can't parallel park. But if I only fail that part, then I still get a decent
Right.
score. I only failed the one part.
Right.
Just can't run no stop signs. Why you run a stop sign?
Why did I? I
Yeah.
didn't see it. I was nervous.
Yeah.
I get so nervous
Yeah.
about even when my license, when I was on Catalina, my license ran out, you know, and then I never got it renewed, and I waited too long to get a new one, and so I had to go through the whole process again. And even me being in my 30s, taking a driver's test, I was nervous then. There's no reason for me to be nervous,
Right.
but I was.
Yeah.
I was nervous with my test. It was just the written test,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Oh, you did good. You almost aced it. You only missed one."
Why you get so nervous?
I don't know. I just do.
Yeah, I don't. Some stuff I don't get nervous. Well, I do get a little bit nervous. I get nervous more so after the test when I'm waiting to see if I pass. That's when I get nervous. I'm nervous right now because I have a presentation to do on Tuesday.
Right.
Which little things like that I get nervous about. But yeah, I don't know. It's a nerve-wracking thing when you're driving in a car with a stranger and they're judging you.
Yeah, they're judging
Like, if I'm
everything
just
you do.
driving by myself, I don't care, but I'm probably gonna break a couple of rules. Sometimes I see that stop sign, I look around, I don't see no cop. I be like, let's go right past it and I hope nobody's there.
Right.
Yeah, well, you can't do that during the test.
No.
You think that like you're one of those people who like to follow the majority of the rules?
I try to. Yeah.
Like we got our you ordered our stickers for the podcast, and I said, well, we can go put them on a post out there. And you said that's illegal, and I'm like, says who?
The loss.
Okay, but every post got 3 million staples. Everybody stapled things on there.
Should they be there?
I'm not sure. Nobody.
No. The answer is
where
no.
would the average person? How would the average person know that that's illegal when all the posts got stuff on there?
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, typically, like if you're going through like Los Angeles, you'll see because there's scaffolding on everything, right? Like there's just like strings of streets with scaffolding, and they'll have like a plywood wall against the building, and they'll little
people
spray
post
paint,
it, yeah.
a spray paint thing that says "Post no bills," but our lights don't have that. So I don't know. There was a guy that was around here, and he was advertising his business. He created his own business. He was Cuddle Therapy.
Oh my God! You know how problematic that is.
What?
A guy who is posting flyers saying "Call me for cuddle therapy."
Call me for Cuddle Therapy. Yeah.
And he just, if you lonely or you just need to cuddle,
You just need to
need
cuddle with
somebody to
somebody.
cuddle with, like no strings attached.
Yeah.
I'll just give you we'll just cuddle,
We'll just cuddle and
talk a
hang
little
out.
bit.
Yeah. Wouldn't you like to get paid to cuddle? That's like a dream job, Carmen.
Like, first off, whoever called him got a problem. You need something is wrong with you, and you need to get checked out.
Well, the funny thing is, whenever you saw the sign, it shows a picture of the guy and he's cuddling with a dog. And you thought the advertisement was for the dog.
Yeah, like a support animal.
Yeah, like a little support. He's like, hey, borrow my support animal, you know.
Right, or something.
He'll lay with you and
Hang out.
And
It's like, no, he's the one.
no, he's
doing
the
it.
man. He's a man, and he's like, I'll do a cuddle
People are
thing.
crazy. People try to make money off of everything. They're like, it's the pandemic. People are stuck in the
we
house.
live in a gig society now.
Yeah.
All these people doing gig work to pay for their extra living expenses.
Yeah.
Their delivered food and all that stuff.
Yeah, I was talking to one of my Uber drivers, and he was saying how he said he makes a living because he works a full day at Uber. Like,
Right.
he's like actually going out there, and
Yeah.
he knows areas where it's more popular, and so he's like being strategic about where his car is, the trips he take, and he's like, that's the only way to make it. He's like, because sometimes like it's hard to make money doing it,
Yeah.
depending on what time of day or what time of year and things like that. But
Yeah.
he's like, all the prices of everything is going up. And he was like, they don't pay for your tolls on Uber or nothing. You have to pay for them if you take those trips. So he's like, at this point, I can't survive.
Right.
He's like, even with making full time with Uber, it's not enough with the prices of everything going up to
Prices of
survive.
gas,
Prices
oil,
of food.
the whole thing. Yeah. When I did the Uber Eats for a little bit, and I know if I am in one area, Chipotle's they always have delivery. They've always got a delivery right there. So if I'm near Chipotle, I might bank 2 deliveries at the same time.
Right.
So you got one here, you got one there, and it's like 2 for 1. If I hop on like right after work, typically a Starbucks order is in, and they'll pay like $15 for their Starbucks. You know, Starbucks is too much already, and then you're like, you pay for the Uber, and like I got paid, $6 for this, dropping off a drink on my way home.
Right.
And so they must have paid like 15 because they got to buy the thing and then the tip.
Yeah. And then I think like airports are good spots too.
If you're picking people up.
Right, that's what I mean. If you're not doing Uber Eats, but if you're picking people up,
Right.
it's a good spot to just chill and like.
Yeah. But so this airport's a good one, but some airports are
a
not
shit
very
show.
nice about it.
Right.
Like they don't let you.
Park in certain areas.
Right. I know LAX they have like a satellite lot where Uber drivers can hang out.
Right.
Where they used to be able to drop you off right at the terminal. But it
Yeah.
had too much traffic.
Yes, in Detroit. Detroit's airport is a complete shit show. It's just so much going on at that airport. It's like, where do you even go to pick up? Where do you drop? It's just so many different things going on at that airport that it's easy to get lost, I guess. But as an Uber driver, you could pull up and but they do have an area, like you said, for them as well.
Yeah.
A little area where they can come pick up and drop off.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel like if I was an Uber driver, I would be figuring out the spots where I can make the most money.
Of
Like,
course.
figuring out like what events are going on in the town that day, all that stuff.
Well, the app shows you all that stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, the app, whenever you pop it on, it'll show you that this time, your fares will be doubled.
Right.
Some of the surges are, and then they'll notify you.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, hey, there's a surge going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Might
okay.
want to get out of your bed and go pick up some people.
Right.
Yeah, that's cool. So, Dave Chappelle got tackled on stage this past week.
Yeah.
What you think about that?
I don't know. I don't care.
You don't care?
No, I don't care.
Well, the whole world seems to care, Kirk.
Uh-huh.
And they're blaming it on Will Smith again.
Uh-huh.
They're like, Will Smith is the reason. Now people feel like they could run up on stage and tackle people.
Right.
But, I mean, I don't know. It's a weird one because everybody was saying, like, at Dave Chappelle shows, you're not allowed to even bring in a phone. So people are like, how does guy get a knife that looks like a gun into the show?
Mm-hmm.
And a couple of girls commented on a live chat that I was watching and was like, all they did was check our phones in. And they like look in your bag, but they didn't really check you for items and things like that. They just gave buckets out and was like, hey, put your phone in here and got your
Right.
name so they know which phone is yours and like things like that. But she said they didn't check good enough to like, Well, first off, half the damn people recorded it. So half the people's phone was there anyways.
Right.
Like, there's no way you think that all these people are not going to be able to bring their phones in.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're able to bring like little because the venue he was at was like outside. So they're able to bring like little coolers with drinks and things like that in. So people snuck phones in, like all type of stuff. It was a bunch of video recording when it happened.
Right.
So they wasn't successful in keeping phones out.
No.
The guy tackled him on stage, and then it was like 10 security guards just running around trying to catch the guy. He was just running around like a crackhead trying to get away. And they're all chasing him, and then they beat him up pretty bad. And he had to go to the hospital.
Right.
And it's ridiculous. And now they bring up the Will Smith thing again.
Yep. Because he was seen as a role model man.
Yeah.
And he did something that was not very role modelish. Is that a word?
Yeah, sure.
And, some people are like, well, hey, Will Smith did it. But yeah, that guy, he's been charged with assault with a deadly weapon.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's, I think so.
No, that's a fact.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he should be.
Right.
Yeah, like you can't just run up on people. I don't know why people feel so bold. Like you can just do things like that. Maybe he had something going on. He did have like
See, that's
leaves
the
in his
problem
hair.
is that nothing happened to Will Smith. And
But
so
this
then
guy had leaves in his damn hair. Something was already going on with him.
Okay.
Like,
well,
he might have did that whether Will Smith did that or not, but I don't know. It is kind of funny that and then T.I. did that to a comedian too.
did what?
He went up on stage and started cussing her out. Only reason he ain't slap her on stage because he's a guy and she's a girl and everybody was watching. If nobody was watching, he probably would have slapped her ass.
You think so?
Oh, he looked like he was going to. He had to keep holding himself back because he's like, I'm about to slap you.
He's about to slap a lady, and he's been having legal troubles with abusing women.
No, they saying that him and his wife runs like a sex dungeon.
Right.
So they're saying that him and his wife be bringing girls home and like giving them roofies and like making them do nasty stuff that they don't sign up for.
Right.
And he's saying, we don't gotta rape nobody. I can have any girl I want. I need to rape somebody for.
Right.
Like, I'm sorry, I have a lot of money. I'm rich. I don't have to rape girls, so y'all got me fucked up. And she.
But if he were to slap a lady, it would be like, well.
Yeah. It is T.I. She was running her mouth. I mean, some girls gotta just get slapped sometimes.
Okay.
Like we said before, the worst fights we've ever seen was with women. So women are out of control sometimes.
Yeah.
Like everybody's still adults. You want to be treated equal, then you gotta understand that when you say something like that, somebody might slap you in the mouth. And it's one thing to like stump somebody out and like really mess them up, but like just a little slap because you got out of pocket is not the worst thing. Like Chris Rock got a little out of pocket, got a little slap. Not the worst thing ever. But then him and Chappelle was joking around, and Chappelle said, "At least you got
Chris Rock
and Chappelle."
Right.
And Chappelle said, "At least you got slapped by somebody reputable. The guy who tackled me had leaves in his hair." And Chris Rock said he got slapped by the weakest guy to ever do rap.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Is Will Smith the weakest?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
I mean, he was bubblegum. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bubblegum rap artist.
He was like a little smouse.
Yeah, parents just don't understand.
It's like slap my L, slap my bow.
Yeah, he was soft. He's a soft rapper. But I mean,
Parents just don't understand.
yeah,
Yeah.
getting jiggy with it.
Na.
Yeah, you gotta. It's like, what are you doing, Will?
Yeah.
And why are you doing this
Right.
to us?
He made a lot of money.
He did make a lot of money.
Right.
More power to him. I think what he did was great. I mean, I think him and his family a little bit weird, but yeah, I don't know. He wasn't he's not a gangster rapper.
Right.
I mean, look at Ice-T, and he went to Law and Order. Go sit down somewhere, Ice-T.
Ice-T?
Yeah,
Ice Cube.
Ice-T.
Ice-T.
Ice-T was the one. I think he's so
He's
tough.
the Law and Order special SVU.
Yeah, now he's just on Law and Order.
Yeah.
You was just talking about fuck the police.
Yeah.
And now you're on Law and Order.
No justice, no peace.
Go sit down somewhere.
Was that his? His was Cop Killer.
Yeah, Cop Killer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Ice Cube was fuck the police.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So if you look at a picture of Ice-T's daughter,
Mm-hmm.
it looked like a little Ice-T.
Mm-hmm.
It's so bad.
Right.
Like the daughter looked identical to him, and
Right.
he is not a good-looking man,
Mhm.
which means he got an ugly daughter.
Right.
That is so messed up. Like, it just sucks because she looks identical. Even her hair is curly like his, and she got the moles in the same spots. Like, you can't look the way he does. You should not be like having kids and stuff if you look like that.
You're like, you gotta. His paperwork should have been returned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
Okay.
the same thing. I feel like if you have congenital heart disease or something that runs in your family, don't have kids and then they have to deal with that, and then they have kids and they have like some stuff. You should probably not have kids because you're creating an issue down the line for somebody else. If that makes any sense.
No, I think that people are gonna do what they're gonna do, and that's kind of a. You can't tell them that they can't have
No, I know.
children, but
You get what I'm saying?
no,
though?
I
It
understand.
sucks.
I understand. Yeah.
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 Whatever. Also, the Johnny Depp trial is heating up,
Well, I think it's simmering down.
simmering down.
I think it's about to be on the plate.
I'm ready.
Justice will be served.
I'm ready for.
Did I do
Amber
that well?
Sure.
Okay, thank you. I thought that was pretty good.
I'm ready for Amber to be dismissed.
That quivering lip. You had enough of dismissed of charges.
No, like she needs to be. She ain't about to win no money or nothing. She's gonna lose.
You think so?
She needs to. Once the jury, okay, whether what he did, whatever happened in the situation, whoever was wrong, even if he was more wrong than she was, like once you doo-doo on somebody's bed, you're done.
You think that's the end of it?
That's the end of it. You
doo-doo
have
bed.
crossed a line that is not mentally like it. Most people can't accept that mentally. Normal people that are not vindictive and vicious like that cannot accept that. Like to get back at him, you doo-doo on his bed, and your friends did it too. Y'all had a doo-doo party.
Doo-doo
That
party.
is insane. That is psychotic to me.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I think that just from that, the jury is gonna be like, don't forget to shit on the bed. 'Cause that's wild. That's the only problem.
It's funny because right now with all of the social medias, the Instagrams, the Facebooks, the YouTubes, all those platforms, they have little clips, little short videos now that you just scroll through, and about half of them are of the trial, and you see videos of like Johnny Depp's lawyer and him like goofing around and like laughing with each other,
Laughing at them.
There's one I saw today. It said, "Look at Johnny Depp's reaction when his lawyer takes his candy," and he had like a little like pile of candy
Yeah, I
on
saw
the
that
desk,
one.
and like he takes something, and Johnny Depp's like, he looking at him, and then he's like, "Yeah, I took your candy." Like it's like they're just in court, like eating candy together. It's crazy, and the way that Johnny Depp he talks to those people, he's you can tell why he's like a star. He's such a charismatic person.
Yeah.
When he speaks about these horrible things, and even like when he was reading the texts that like he had, which are like not very good,
Right.
and it was like you watching him read it, and you're like, man, he's just a likable guy,
Yeah, everybody likes him.
He might just be a shitbag person, but he's a likable guy.
And then she's doing weird stuff too. Like,
Yeah, some of them they're I don't know if they're like kind of like skipping through they're like editing the videos a little bit, but one like she's like blowing her nose, but
and they saying
like,
she's doing coke.
she's doing cocaine, and then there's one where she's got a water bottle, and then like an officer walks past,
I seen that one.
and she like puts it back in her pocket.
I
real
think
quick.
that was the shade. I think that one she did some shady stuff because if you see in her hand, she has a water bottle with
She's
it
got
looks like fruit punch in it, and then a water bottle with water. Who has a
She's
juice?
got one on the table,
Right,
and then
she
a
set that one on
clear
the table.
water bottle in her hand. Yeah.
That looked like what we used to do when we went to the when we pregame for parties. That's exactly what we
Looked like you
did.
got
We
some
put
vodka in the
in one bottle and juice in the other one.
right.
She got 2 bottles, one with juice, and then she closed that top real quick and put it in her pocket.
Put it in her pocket.
That seems so
like it
shady.
and she got it, and it just disappeared in the pocket too.
Yeah.
Like that's Vera Wang made that pocket or something.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like, so, and like, I don't, like people were saying, when you have a jury nowadays, how is it possible that you have a jury that's not biased? There's no body in the world who don't know Johnny Depp.
Right.
So it's not.
Who are his peers?
Right.
Yeah.
You can't have a jury that's not biased about Johnny Depp and her's relationship.
Right.
Like, it's just not a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
That's like somebody like a Justin Bieber going on trial. Maybe that's not the best example.
No,
We can even use Will Smith. Who are you going to have as jury that's not biased?
Right.
So it's kind of an unfair situation for people, but I mean that's kind of what you signed up for.
Right.
So
and they're gonna be the Today Show is gonna have them on for weeks after this, till the next thing happens.
Something will happen soon though.
Right.
There's always something happening. So
Yeah.
All right, is that it?
Sure.
All right, well, thank you guys for listening to another episode of the Sweet Gravy Podcast. If you have any questions or suggestions, please go to sweetgravypod@gmail.com. You can also check us out on YouTube and every other streaming platform.
Awesome. Thank you. Bye-bye.